Not sure what to play this Halloween? Don't worry, I've got you covered with a selection of games in which you're sure to find something that you want to play. And I'm going to include in this list the most disturbing video game I have ever played. But I think we should start on a lighter note. Something you can enjoy with the whole family. That's right, let's start with some kid-friendly games.
Hello?
Now, you cannot talk about kid-friendly games without mentioning Luigi's Mansion 3. This game is perfect for kids. You go around sucking up ghosts with your vacuum cleaner, and you will have a lot of laughs along the way. Luigi, our scaredy cat hero, it's his best adventure yet. And it's made even better by the fact that he dislikes being on this adventure so much, which brings so many funny moments to the story. A couple of honourable mentions in the kid-friendly zone is the upcoming Mario Party Superstars, as it includes the Horrorland board, available just in time for Halloween, as well as Mario Kart 8, in which you can play the Twisted Mansion track. Next up, let's move to the realm of RPGs, or role-playing games, starting with Vampyr. Now, I'm sure many of you have dressed up as a vampire to trick or treat, so why not play as one in this action role-playing game? Or perhaps you'd prefer Costume Quest. In this game, you control a kid that is trick-or-treating with their twin on Halloween night when they encounter a monster that kidnaps their sibling. If your tastes lean more towards light-hearted adventure instead of overt gore splatter, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better pick than this endearing Halloween-themed RPG. Love survival games? Then this is for you. Fatal Frame Maiden of the Black Water has been remastered just in time for this Halloween. The protagonists of this story investigate a number of locations in order to find people who have vanished, attempt to repel encroaching ghosts relying only on the faint glow from a flashlight, and a camera with the ability to photograph unimaginable things. Oh, and there are some fan service thrown in for all those out there that want to go searching for ghosts in a swimsuit. Perhaps curling up on the couch and relaxing while playing a cozy game is more to your taste. Then Animal Crossing is perfect. October sees the Halloween event in full force, where you can interact with Jack and create all sorts of Halloween-inspired goodies. Okay, I hear you. Stardew Valley is your favourite game. Well, why don't you check out Graveyard Keeper this Halloween? Most of the game will be spent doing things such as creating witch-burning advertisements, to removing skin, fat, bones, organs and more from human bodies. This simulation is perfect for those who do like Stardew and want that Halloween spin on top. What? You have friends? And you won't be spending Halloween alone? Good thing these next two games are multiplayer. Friday the 13th, the video game, is a third-person horror survival game where players take on the role of teen counselor or Jason. You and 6 other unlucky souls will do everything possible to escape and survive while the most well-known killer in the world tracks you down and brutally slaughters you. Or if you prefer ghosts over serial killers, Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op psychological horror where you and your team members will enter haunted locations. You will use ghost hunting equipment to search for and record evidence of whatever ghost is haunting the location. Now, if you're going to be spending Halloween alone, I haven't forgotten you, I promise. I found a couple of games that can keep you company. That's right, I'm talking about dating simulations. Starting with Dead Wishes, where you can date either male or female characters Regarding the premise, you are stricken with long-term depression over the death of your parents, and you're also on the verge of eviction and bankruptcy. Without any prospects for the future, you are desperate as you set out on a journey of humanity and horrific romance. Now, ephemeral fantasy on dark falls in the otome genre of gaming. Otome is a genre in which you can date multiple male suitors, each having their own ending. Now, the main protagonist for this game is a zombie. Yes, you heard that correct. You are a zombie. And all your suitors are different Halloween-based monsters. There's a werewolf, the invisible man, a vampire, and of course, the mummy. Moving on, we're here, finally, what you've all been waiting for. What I believe is the most disturbing video game you could ever play, and it is called Devotion. It is a first-person psychological horror game that sees you immersed in what is truly described as a hellish nightmare. Set in an apartment, it is truly an experience that you won't forget anytime soon, and I would recommend playing this if you like thought-provoking games. Love to read? Then play The Letter. The Letter is an interactive horror drama visual novel told through an immersive branching narrative. When 7 people fall prey to a vicious curse, they will discover that horror rests not from the shadows lurking about, but from within themselves. And to what ends will one go in order to survive? If some of your favourite games include Crash Bandicoot and Rayman Legends, try Little Nightmares 2 this Halloween. It is the sequel to the original Little Nightmares game. Like the original, this is a puzzle platformer that inspires fear and gets your heart racing in new and creative ways. Matched with disturbing visuals and a creepy atmosphere, the journey's likely to stay with you long after you put the controller down. Next, check out these Halloween-themed games that you've probably never even heard of. Halloween Forever is an interesting one. You control Pumpkin Man. Yes, Pumpkin Man. A humanoid pumpkin thing that's animated by occult forces on a quest to discover why things are so creepy. And of course, you attack enemies by vomiting candy corn. Need I say more?
You are the Grim Reaper.
Death and Taxes is a game in which you assume the role of the Grim Reaper and get to decide who lives and who dies in this 2D short narrative-based game. And like any modern-day Grim Reaper, you make all these decisions at your office job. So you prefer to shoot enemies to oblivion? Try Trigger Witch. Recalling the visual style and intuitive gameplay of the 16-bit action-adventure classics, Trigger Witch puts an ultra-violent spin on cute and colourful pixel art. Or perhaps you prefer bullet hells? Then I would recommend Kart and Reboot. Instead of warships and battlefields typical of most shoot-em-ups, Cotton Games puts the player in control of a witch riding on a broom and tasks them with fighting through magical haunted kingdoms. And why would Cotton fight through these magical kingdoms? Well, of course, it's to get the magical candy. So you like a fully immersive experience? Yes, I'm looking at you, those who love virtual reality. You have to play Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This game is composed of tense exploration and careful item hunting, not to mention some seriously scary monsters. It also has a really creepy setting and an enticingly bizarre mystery to unravel. Oh, and it's worth mentioning for those of you who don't have VR headsets, you can play this game without VR. Well, hopefully you found a video game that you are going to play this Halloween. If you did, make sure you leave this video a like. And if you didn't, well, leave a dislike. See you next time.